everyone. At the top of your roll. If you're all having a great day.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. I'm done, I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know you played me just like a flip. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's go for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. are days I hate you, but
Well, Jesus, Mary, and Josephine, come on now. I knew it. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And today is August 14th, 2024, 3:28 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello. Hello. Share. Share. Was I supposed to be with you last night? I'm going to bed really early now. I was going to text you back. Hello, everyone. Text me if you can. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate you. 5 hours ahead. Wow. So, it feels like if I'm not here every day, I really miss you guys. And yesterday, I usually go live every day. And no, my birthday's not tomorrow. I mean, if you're buying me a gift, sure, my birthday's tomorrow. Might be today. Just kidding. No, it's not. Thank you though. Oh, thank you, chicken lady. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really did miss you guys. It's back to school and all of that, and I am dead inside. I'm not joking. I'm dead inside right now. Thank you so much. Good to see you all. Um, so some things are going on in the Sebastian Rogers case. An interview just broke from the news. There are people who still don't know that Sebastian is missing. Father looks to bring awareness to son's disappearance. Well, unlike Chris and Katie, at least Seth is out there doing something, right? For a change. Seth is the one out there doing it. Like, as far as parental figures go, Seth is the only one that's has the that Sebastian's his ally. So that's why we are Sebastian's army. That's why we're Sebastian's army. Regardless of what anyone thinks about Seth, whether it is positive, negative, he didn't have anything to do with the son's disappearance. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Jerry Lynn, thank you so much for that super sticker. I really do appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, my love. Thank you for your support. You cat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Very sweet of you. Thank you for your support, Jerry Lynn. Is anyone attending the vigil by Seth in Clarksville on August 24th? No, I'm not. But I'm sure that there are probably some locals maybe that come in or around. I don't really know much about it, to be quite honest with you. There are people who still don't know that Sebastian is missing. Father looks to bring awareness to son's disappearance. Probably got a little ad right here. 1 second. Here we go. And where's the volume when you need it?
It's been nearly 6 months since the 15-year-old with autism was last seen. Last month, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office told us there still has not been any traces of the teen. His father, Seth, told us today that tips are still coming in. He says they continue to have vigils to let people know that Sebastian is constantly being thought of.
There's still people that don't know that Sebastian is missing. There are people that still don't know about Sebastian. And I just want to bring some more awareness to the community I live in and the community around Nashville that, my son is missing and that I need the public's help to find him.
There will be a benefit ride for Sebastian on August 24th at the Fallen Brewery on Jardco Drive in Clarksville.
To the best of my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris and Katie have done nothing, right? No sort of vigils, public events, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Linda, thank you so much for becoming a world-class Pearl. I really do appreciate you, my dear. Y'all, please welcome our new Pearl to our strand. Welcome, Linda. Thank you so much, Linda. I really do appreciate your support and thank you so very much. Can't do it without you. Thank you, my dear. Tracy, good to see you. Thank you for 4 months. Really do appreciate that. Please don't ever go away. I looked everywhere for you last night. Ended up watching House of Dragons. Couldn't stand the drama. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, my dear. I missed you guys too. This is what I like Seth by himself being the spokesperson. M. Blanc, listen, I agree. I agree. That's one area that I personally think Seth doesn't need anybody to be a spokesperson for him. I don't, it's bizarre to me when I don't know. I guess it gets overwhelming at times. I'm sure it's overwhelming a lot of times, but I just don't think Tony is his best bet, but that's my opinion, just another opinion like everyone else's. But I agree. I agree overall. Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's do it.
A prayer vigil will be held shortly after the ride. Organizers are asking for a $25 donation per rider, which will include a custom shirt, a bracelet, and a meal following the vigil. 100% of the proceeds will go to Michaela's Mutt Motel, a veteran-owned and operated dog rescue in Clarksville. This is to celebrate Sebastian's love for animals.
Oh, that's sweet. That's very sweet. 100% of the proceeds will go to Michaela's Mutt Motel because Sebastian loved animals. Tay's mom says it seems like the Proudfoots and Bowersocks are throwing up roadblocks, so this child can't be found, and Tony is spreading fake info. I don't really see Tony much anymore. But I don't really go on TikTok or anything like that. What, Smiley? Stop what? Everything okay? I hope Tony has Seth's best interest. I want to know what he has that support system, and I really think that to be authentic. LOL. Never mind. Okay. Oh, all right. Like you said, oh, that's sweet. Oh, I think it's sweet that the funds are going toward the I don't know. Maybe the joke went over my head. I'm blonde after all, you know. I feel like I'm stuck in a rut just like Sebastian's case. I'm sorry, soldier girl. Listen, there are there are highs and lows in life. There are highs and lows throughout our year, throughout the week, and throughout the day, right? So this is just the ebb and flow of life. It's the clouds don't stay out forever. The only case, I understand, like, you know, losing someone, I don't think you ever get over that, but um you learn to live without them as best as you can, as best as you can. Um my grandmother had 16 or 18 brothers and sisters. She lost every one of them except she was the second to the last one to go. She lost three of her children. She had 7 children, my grandmother. She lost 3 of her children. She lost her husband, her mom, her dad. And I'm like, Granny, how did you do it? Like, how the hell did you get through that? Hey, Brittany, I was in bed last night. How the hell did you get through it? And she said, you have to just know you're going to see him again one day, and you have to make the best out of every day with what you got, and that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. Tony has been a great support for Seth and a great friend. Seth even stated this. Absolutely. DNA, and I completely understand. And again, just because I personally don't really, care for Tony or anything, it's not about me. It's not about what anyone else thinks. It's about what Seth feels is best for him at the time. And if Tony um gives Seth support and uh a any type of support, that's great. That's great. You know, I I have nothing I have nothing bad to say about I'm not going to get up here and be like, I'm just not going to lie to you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get up here and talk poorly about Tony because one second. All right, guys, sorry about that. Um but yeah, it's for me it's not, I don't know. I just feel like there's a little yeah. If whoever whoever any of us want in our life, it's really nobody else's business. We can have opinions about it, right? we can all have opinions about some, but it's really nobody else's damn business at the end of the day, right? Who you choose to have in your life is who you absolutely choose to have in your life. And I just think Seth could have used someone, in my opinion, someone, I think someone said it in chat earlier, um, someone more like an advocate or whatever for him. But again, that's just me. Doesn't really matter.
We used animal therapy when he was younger, when we lived in Kansas, and he really likes to take care of animals.
Seth spokesperson Tony Mathis says a protest will be held outside of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office on August 26th. Seth is working to clear his name as a suspect in order to bring in more resources like the Cold Case Foundation to help in the search for Sebastian.
That's, this is, thank you, DNA. Appreciate you, my dear. Love you to pieces. I really appreciate Vinnie Politan right now, who is putting it out there mainstream. And honestly, I think it puts a little more pressure on authorities to hopefully clear Seth. I mean, listen, why can't you clear a guy that sits in a jail, that sat in a jail for 12 hours? Why can't you clear him? I have not checked my email, Wendy, in 2 days almost, which is very unlike me, but I have not checked it. I will check it though, my dear. But first, I need to thank Stacy. Thank you so much, Stacy, for 5 months, my dear. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your continued support. It's time to clear Seth. It's just is what it is. Now, I think law enforcement is going to probably not want to do that so much. Not because of any other reason other than people are going to say, why not? The supporters who think of Chris and Katie, they're going to say, why are you not clearing Chris and Katie? And going to say, have Katie tell us how he got out of that house, because he didn't walk out. Like Judge Judy said, if it doesn't make sense, it's usually not true, right? And there is nothing to suggest that Sebastian walked out of that house on the night of February 25th, February 26th. Yeah, well, it's an alibi. Well, I mean, the alibi is for Seth. I mean, I don't think you could, I say this all the time. I don't think you could get a better alibi than Seth has. Right. Now, if Seth didn't have an alibi, we would be all over him too. Like, why is this dude don't got an alibi? But he does. He's got the best alibi you can get. Just the way it is. Right. Now, my favorite. Oh, Sunflower, good to see you. Hope you are well. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button so we can get those likes up. A few things I wanted to speak about today. Maybe if I can find it. The hell was I going to talk about? So I don't know if you guys remember. Oh, I don't know if I put it out. Uh-oh. That's probably why. 1 second. All right. So I showed you guys a while back. I did call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office one time, and I just wanted to hear what the prompts say, right? And I have a recording of that somewhere, which I'm trying to find right now, so I can show you a little something something. All right. Let's pop this up. SCSO told them that a detective is working on the case every day. Good. Why did Nick Barrett's new statement say that they have all been vetted and they have all been checked out? How is it possible? Well, being vetted has nothing to do with being cleared. And being checked out doesn't mean there's no foul play. Just saying. Just saying. We'll look at that in a minute, though. That's what I was trying to pull up. But here we are.
Life is the emotional.
1 second. This is where I called Sumner County.
Thank you for calling the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you need to reach the jail, get jail information, or speak to someone with jail administration, please press 2. If you need to speak with a deputy on duty,
If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911, mother chicken. 911, right? What to think anymore? It's been so long and so sad. Well, we'll get to that. How about that? So I want to play a little something something Chris said on Cluminati. Credit goes to her. Link is provided in the description. Oops, let me find it here. Bear with me. Okay.
The shows they call these 911 shows, and people are freaking out on the phone. I need this. I need that. Well, calm down, calm down, calm down. You know, it takes them forever.
So here, Chris is speaking about the 911 shows and about how people are freaking out during the 911 calls. Your people are generally freaking out during an emergency. Either people are freaking out or they stay really calm and they freak out later, or they're just a cold-hearted person. I asked because law enforcement will only clear a named suspect. They have not named a suspect. I'll tell you one thing about TBI is they rarely name someone and they rarely clear someone. Right? All right. Listen to this.
I'm simple. My wife was a mess. You know, she's calling me because I'm the husband. Yes, this is our house.
Wife is a mess. Wife is a mess. We know that. And she was able to call Chris as her comfort while she drove 15 minutes down the road and 15 minutes back or so, right? Well, it's, it just depends. It just depends. Um, they said in the beginning, actually on day 8 and stuff, they are looking more toward foul play. We're looking more toward foul play, right? So who called his pack to the house? What did she say? Mohawk. That's where they're before the police are. We're going to get to that in just a second, Mohawk. Actually, it's very interesting you said that. Simply, thank you so much, my dear. The Power Sox and crowd are concerned that if Seth is cleared, they are the only one standing, which is a problem. I'm still standing better than I've ever. If Seth is not a suspect, then he should be able to get help from the Cold Case Foundation. If he's not a suspect, he won't be cleared. Isn't that the case? That is the case. Now, it depends. So the cold case will only help the person if they ask for help, if they are cleared, and if the department is willing to work with them. So there's that. There's that as well. Because they don't want to impede,
You know, if there was something major going on or something, she needed a 911 paramedic at the house, I'm sure she's called 911 and got a paramedic.
So if there was a need for a paramedic that day, she would have called the paramedic. But her son missing, she didn't call 911, which is strange to say the least. Now, listen, for her calling Chris first, she should have called Seth first. But for her calling Chris, that's fine. But he didn't need to call anybody. I don't buy that. I don't buy it at all. At none. But listen.
We didn't know what was going on at the very moment. So she.
Oh, they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know what was going on at the very moment. So if she didn't know what was going on, then why was she so if you don't know what's going on, you might have some anxiety and stuff like that, but you didn't know what was going on? I mean, aren't you the one that said that I don't know why he walked out that door? I mean, what if he was abducted? If you didn't know what was going on at the time, that could have been just the case just as well. Then why is she hysterical exactly? Right? So there's that.
Did what she did. She called me. We talked. We did this. We'll look this. We'll look that. Next thing you know, hang tight. And I called the sheriff's office.
He called the sheriff's office. He called the sheriff's office. If someone came to the front door, it would have been on camera per CP. So CP, where is Sebastian? Exactly. Someone walked up to that door. Well, Chris said he would have been seen. Someone walks out of that door. He should have been seen because you can see someone all the way down to the driveway. Yes, Bubbly Beth. Yes. That's part of it. That's part of it. Okay, Britt. Craziness.
And I got directly through the sheriff's office, immediately called the dispatch.
Did you just hear what he said there? I got right through the sheriff's office. They immediately called the dispatch. Well, isn't that what you said earlier? That's why you avoided? Branta. Come on, y'all. Yeah, at 6:20. Makes him look even dumber. He could have called the dispatch 911. Yeah. Yeah. If anything, that took a lot longer of a time. Let's just review that again. Just go back a little bit right there.
She did. She called me. We talked. We did this. We'll look this. We'll look that. Next thing you know, hang tight. And I called the sheriff's office. And I got directly through the sheriff's office, immediately called the dispatch, gave the call.
How about that? I got right through, called sheriff's office, dispatch. So why she didn't three-way 911? She could have called 911. It would have been a lot easier. If you are driving a 5,000-pound vehicle barreling down the road while you're on the phone and you're freaking out, then I assure you, before you barrel down the road in a car, you can call 911. We actually don't know. He says he did.
Within, I think,
You're
10
welcome,
minutes of
honey.
that call, they were at the house.
What do you say?
Within, I think, 10 minutes of that call, they were at the house.
No, they, according to the Times, they weren't there in 10 minutes. According to the Times, not there in 10 minutes. Serenity, my darling, how are you? Good to see you. I think it's funny that since everyone's been taking a closer look at the light video, no one has heard from CP. He has been super quiet. And guess what? We're doing that today, Serenity. Mohawk, within 10 minutes, police arrived just after 7 a.m. Right? So, I mean, unless he called it 6:50 or something right that. Right, Tar. Tar, you're so funny. Justin, what did he mean when Katie called him? They looked at this, they looked at that. How long and what did that look? What did they look at? Well, probably in my opinion, I can't say it, never mind. Almost slipped right there. Almost just came out of character. Just gonna came out of my character. I was gonna be like mother chicken. Well, I think they were probably shitting a brick. I believe they were probably. That's a nicer way to putting it. What I was going to say. I think they were shedding a brick. Shedding.
I mean, it was a very fast response.
Chris, do you think that Seth had anything to do with the disappearance of his child?
Or listen to this.
No.
100% at your soul, you don't believe you,
I don't
Katie,
feel
or
he
Seth?
does. No. Absolutely not. And
all right, let's give it up. This is one thing we can absolutely stand with Chris and Katie on. Thank you. Thank you for that. Really do appreciate that. I'm sure Seth really does as well. 10 minutes seems forever in an emergency, not fast. Yeah, it wasn't 10 minutes. Say that, but that's true. Royal Blue, thank you, my dear. Thank you for the super sticker. Really do appreciate you. He just got through because he wants everyone to think how important he is. Perhaps.
everybody will has their own opinions, but Seth was at work. After
Seth was at work. Nicolainer. Good to see you, beautiful friend. Nicolainer. It's a catchy song. He will never publicly say that Seth is responsible because one, he knows the truth of what happened. Two, he would be terrified that Seth will talk more of his truth. Perhaps. I'm just saying.
I got off the phone with law enforcement,
Listen to this.
I told Katie, I said, I'll call you right back. Next phone call, the immediately next phone call I made was directly to Seth.
Hold on. Let's replay that just a little bit there.
After I got off the phone with law enforcement, I told Katie, I said, I'll call you right back. Next
After I got off the phone with law enforcement, I told Katie, I'll call you right back.
phone call, the immediately next phone call I made.
Next phone call he made. Hey, another round is What is it? What is it, Chrissy Poo? Tell us what it is. What is it? Is it sugar water? Or is it a pet cat?
A pet cat. A pet cat. A pet cat. A pet cat.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to get to the cat in a minute. We're going to get to the kitty in a minute, y'all. This is what we're going to do. So what happened to the three-way? I know, right? He said that he spoke almost all morning to law enforcement, which is beyond me, guys, because I mean, for him to get a call before he allegedly starts work is one thing, but him to get the call before he allegedly starts work and then clocks in. Now, let's think about this for a second. How long does it take for him to walk up that damn crane? How long does it take him? Fives of tens of minutes? How many? I know there's no elevator. How long does it take him? Justin, he said, almost the whole time till he arrived home. Yes. Yeah, probably a few minutes, 10 minutes or whatever. Now let's think about this. So Chrissy Poo says he gets a call while he's up in the crane, right? Something's going through this ear. Katie's calling through this ear. Kiki's talking through this ear. And he's getting a lot of confusion. Lots of confusion, right? So this is at 6:03-ish. All right. Okay. So that means how the hell did he get up there? How did he get past the gates? How did they start work at 6 a.m.? And also, I'll just say that from what I understand, those cranes are usually not going on very early. Justin, can law enforcement search his electronics in 48 hours? That he made a whole fight to take. Can law enforcement search his electronics in 48 hours? CP said at Nina that he made a whole fight to take his phone back. Yes, yeah. That's a very, I need to go back to that, Faye. Thank you for that. That was an interesting statement. I need to look on that a little bit. They will, yeah, they copy the electronics, but no, they can't. I mean, they can look at the messages that is like on the phone, but they also have to get the data from Facebook, if you will, whatever that, yeah, well, crane, that's true. Cranes only moves things when needed, for sure. But this is something he's, you know, if he hasn't started work and can't start work until 7 a.m., right? That means he would have had to have got the call before he started work, right? But he's gonna, while he's literally on the phone, according to his timing. Well, this is if he's not in the crane, right? If he's on the phone with law enforcement, KD 911, not the non 911 number, at 7 o'clock, if he's not in the crane, like he says, he's got to be huffing and puffing up those stairs. Come on now, y'all. Come on now. Safety meetings before start off work. I don't know. I know you have to inspect your crane. You just look, it's just a visual. Yep, everything looks like it's bolted together. It's pretty much it. Um, did call Nina from his phone? Yes. Yes. CP did call Nina from her phone. Find a replacement for a shift. He is on the phone trying to find a replacement for a shift. Where did you hear that, AZ? I've never heard that. Oh, Hatters, thank you so much. I am so sorry. Thank you, my dear. Oh my God, your little doggy's so cute. Listen, sit your doggy on your lap. We're right here, right now, all together as a string of pearls. We're having a little kiki, speaking about Sebastian, right? Everything's good. We're going to find Sebastian. It's going to get better for you as well. Okay? It's going to get better. Sometimes we just need pearls unite. That's right.
Directly to Seth immediately. I called his phone. Everybody will has their own opinions, but Seth was at work. After I got off the phone with law enforcement, I told Katie, I said, I'll call you right back. Next phone call, the immediately next phone call I made was directly to Seth. Immediately. I called his phone. It went to voicemail. I didn't leave a voicemail. I sent him a text. As soon as you get this, call me immediately. 911. Still to this day, that's exactly what I told him. And he called me, and I told him, I'll never forget that conversation.
He says he called Seth, then he text 911. I mean, you didn't call his work. You had his work number. 50% of the DNA of Sebastian is Seth. So he needed to be called. Period.
I won't. Nope. But I told him. He went to the house. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know what people want. I mean, people are going to want their own answers and their own theories, but I promise you, it is very straight, black and white, no gray area. It's right down the middle.
And
Here it is.
and Chris, I realize that people are speculating that your mother was there at the house.
You know, good point. Good point. This is a reason to call directly to the jail for Seth. You can call the non 911 number, right? Because it's such an emergency. Katie can't seem to get any words out, I guess. But you can't call Seth's work. Come on.
House when Seth arrived. And
She
everyone's
was
like, oh, Chris's mom was there. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't know what Katie and the relationship between Katie and Chris's mother was like. And Chris probably called his mother to have her go over there and be with Katie until he could get there to comfort Katie.
Yes, I did that. I did ask my mom to go to my house.
See?
Yes.
That's what I have been trying to tell people.
You hear that? Chris says he asked his mom to come to his house. Interesting. So we have a official statement, I guess you could say, allegedly, from yes, an alleged statement from Christopher. Okay, let's do it. "21 hours ago, Christopher says, bring back the DP. Anyone else have the ovaries enough to post?" I agree. I agree. Bring it back. Bring it back. Especially anyone who hurts a child. Thank you, Kat. Anyone who hurts a child, abuses a child, neglects a child, an animal, an elderly person, a disabled person, bring it.
Here's a little cool little tidbit.
Listen to this.
So you know how certain, like, I don't know, certain phone companies have these trackers for their phones to track their kids and things like that.
Right.
So we have that. And it's not just me and Katie and the kids. It's actually my whole family's involved with it.
So CP is stating here that they all have Life 360. You know what you could do to shut everybody up? You know what you could do? Show us that location. Show us that location on the night of February 25th to the 26th, since everybody has that. How about that? How about that? Bet you won't. Bet you won't. In my opinion, allegedly. Yes, the whole family has it. The whole sugar water
Give me sugar,
family.
water. More, more, more. More, more.
Hey, your skin is hanging off your bones.
Oh, yeah.
This is Christopher when he was taking KP to his camper, also known as the Shaggin' Wagon.
You're coming with me.
What?
It's a long trip. I'll need a snack.
Call forwarding, leave cell in camper, and use another service VoIP. I agree. I agree. It's a long trip. I'm gonna need a snack. Snack. Good thing KK just went to the BJ's.
And we have that Live 360 on our phones. And if people stop to, and this is what I was leading to, but if people would just stop and think about this.
You know, to be so concerned about people's opinions, I would think that I would been like, here, mother chicken, read it and weep. I know, but I'm just saying. But he won't tell us because law enforcement says he cannot say whenever he was at home days and weeks before Sebastian went missing. He does look like John Wayne Gacy. I might get a little something like that too going on.
The first 8 days, there's not one aspect of mine, Katie's, or Seth's life that has not been combed through 20 times over. I'm sorry that you're thinking wrong because it has happened. Every family member, any direct family member that we've had contact, and I'm sure they reached out to Seth's side too and did the same thing. I mean, everybody who had a possibility, they have interviewed, they have alibis, they've got evidence to, this person was here at this time, this person was here at this time, and that's what kind of upset me that night on that show when Seth said that, because Seth knows that my mom was interviewed.
Seth knows, he says, that mommy Bauer foot was really, 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 really. Little bit again.
This, this person was here at this time. This person was here at this time. And that's what kind of upset me that night on that show when Seth said that, because Seth knows that my mom was interviewed. He knows. I mean, the law enforcement here was there in my house, and they told us all about it. I mean, it's it's so simple that it's probably a very boring case if you.
It's so simple. It's a boring case. It's so nothing to see here. It's a boring case. It's a boring case. Okay. There's nothing boring about this case. Nothing. Right. Stepson's case. Do you just not think anybody would take interest? Is that what it is? Sandy, link is in the description for the full interview. Yep, so boring. No, it's not a new interview. I mean, did you not think anybody would care as much as they did? It's probably a boring case. I've never heard that out of anyone. I mean, okay, let's. God, I can't think. What's the. What's the. Smart? Elizabeth Smart. Do you think her dad and parents would have said, it's a boring case? Would they have said it's a boring case? I can imagine any human being wanting to find their child, their stepchild, a family member would say this is a boring case. Poor Sebastian. Poor Sebastian. And we won't stop until he's found. Got you, troopers.
It's so simple that it's probably a very boring case if you took away all the crap. It's just a simple, we have a 15-year-old autistic child that is missing. And unfortunately, the best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
And the best part about it, this is probably a boring case. And the best part about it is he has been able to not leave any evidence. Any evidence. I think that's the worst part about it. I don't think Sebastian or anybody for that matter would be able to not leave evidence. No, Shannon, I haven't yet. It would be next to impossible for him to not leave a scent, to not be seen somewhere on by someone's eyes. A creator said Mississippi law enforcement didn't know that Sebastian was missing. I don't think the camper was searched while at the campground because it's out of state, so state police would have had to have been notified. I do believe, in fairness, that it was checked. I'm pretty sure it was checked. Pretty sure. Thank you, Jen. Thank you so very much for becoming a pearl. We are a string of pearls here. Welcome. Y'all, please welcome our new family member, Jen. Thank you so very much. Really do appreciate the support. I can't do it without you. So thank you. Yeah.
That is the most unique aspect of this case.
Chris, same thing.
That's the most unique aspect of this case. 1 second, y'all. I'm going to play this 1 second.
Same thing.
Guys, this is by a channel, and I love this woman's work. I can never get Brandy Gray. I'm going to share link in the chat here. Credit goes to Brandy Gray. Don't forget this. Oops, let me find it.
And they are stationary. They do not move.
Oh, hold on. This is the one
Now,
with the
if
echo.
you pay attention to the
1 second.
J for Justice,
Let me just do it like this. 1 second, y'all. Oh my God, somebody gifted a pearl. 1 second. Brandy Gray. Oops, wrong one. I'll get it here in a minute. Maybe. I love Brandy Gray. She does a really good job here. There we go. Oh my God, why can't I get it? Give me 1 second. I'm having a little bit of technical trouble here. Brandy Gray. Brandy Gray. Where is Shay? Oh. Okay, I found it. I found it now. We're on the boat now.
For school, and he was gone. Within minutes, Chris
Oh, wait,
told
wrong one.
authorities.
Wrong one. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Speaking on the flashlight / garbage truck video of the home surveillance that is looking at Sebastian Rogers' home, I am about to show you what I have found. We are going to
Hold on. I need to thank someone for gifting a beloved pearl necklace, sharing the love. Thank you so very much, Wendy, for gifting that pearl necklace. If you received that pearl necklace, please thank our girl Wendy. Pearls look amazing on you. Thank you so much, Wendy, for your support. Really do appreciate that, my dear. This is so important, y'all.
to enlarge and slow down this video. Sit back and watch. It will surprise you. These big lights could be a garbage truck. I'm not sure, but I think that they are lights on one of the houses, and I believe they are on the Proudfoot's home, and they are stationary. They do not move. Now, if you pay attention to the rest of the screen, the other two sources of light that you are going to see moving across the screen, I will enlarge it. I'll slow it down some, but I will point it out to you in just a minute that these are people. That is two people with some kind of light source. Could be a cell phone, could be a flashlight. I don't know, but it is two people with a light source. And they are walking back towards those big lights, which are right at the Proudfoot's home. Jay for Justice showed us where those lights are located by using Nick Barris's video and putting a light filter over it. You can go to her channel to see that. But if you pay close attention here and watch as the light moves across the screen, when it reaches the top of the screen, if you watch in front of those big lights, right here in a second, it's about to walk in front of those big lights, and you will then be able to.
You see this right here? You can see the person moving toward this way. I've got no, they're not at the garage right here. They're right where like the drain is. Where like the little gazebo is. That's where they're like walking in front of that on the other side.
To see that it is a person. You can actually tell it's a person even before then, about midway to the lights. But watch closely, and you're going to see this person walk in front of those big lights right there. Right there. You see? Pause it if you need to. You can enlarge your screen and take a look at it. Even slow it down on your end and take a look at it. But right now, there it goes. It's about to cross. Okay. Here, I'm bringing it to you. Now watch.
One person walking this way.
That is a person right now standing in front of that light source. I have inserted a enlarged still shot of the video where you can actually see that that is a person standing about midway of the screen right now. And I understand that we've been told it's a garbage truck. We've been told it's not relevant, amongst other things. But what I'm telling you is that video doesn't lie. I do have a pretty good background in video and skills with it. And that is two people with some kind of a light source. And they are walking back to that main big light source that never moves. It's my opinion that that big light source are some kind of lights on their house. I don't know who the people are, but if I had to guess, your guess would probably be the same.
That is what is so suspicious for me, in my opinion. Yes, it's not the garage side. It's definitely not the garage side. I'll show you more about that in a second. So this is some transcript from an interview where CP is speaking. I mean, I kid you not, when Sebastian's love for cats is so strong that still to this day, when me and his mom started dating, they had cats, and I'm allergic to cats. So mom made the choice. They got rid of the cats so we could it says reject, but I don't think it's reject, and keep our life moving forward together. And still to this day, Sebastian will not let me live it down. Do you think in the past? That's terrible. Still to this day. Still to this day. Yeah. But I bet you Katie, she just threw the cats out. Katie just threw the cats out so we could move forward in our relationship. So sad. Was he allergic to the snake too? He brought the 30-some snakes in. Oh no, I need to take the credit down. That's not from Brandy. No, sorry. Not to mention, there's a cat food you can feed your cats. It's called Purina Live Clear. I feed it to my cats because I'm allergic to cats too. But you don't see me bitching. I don't think Katie had a choice, CP. Well, this is when they first started dating. Threw the cats out. How many dogs were thrown out? Snakes were thrown out. And really, the happiest photo that I've seen of Sebastian a little bit older is when he had that snake. Now, I don't like snakes. I don't like them. But they're yeah, well, it's actually the saliva that you are allergic to, where they lick their fur. Now dogs, it's the dander, but the cat, it's actually where they groom theirself and they lick, it's the saliva. And they make a foam where you can put all over them too, and that'll even decrease it when they lick themselves, I guess. And then you can feed him stuff, and it really, really, really works. But yeah, they got rid of his pets. Anything that brought the child joy, they took out. So sad. So sad. Not only that, I mean, he didn't have that's why I can see, like, school was his enjoyment. That was his enjoyment. That's where he felt the most comfortable, the less ridiculed, I'm sure. Right? Very, very sad, man. Very, very sad. All right. Let me see here. Someone asked, did law enforcement track her? I'm assuming Katie. I'm assuming they got certain things off the vehicles and things like that, or maybe they haven't yet because of the status of the case. But is there a track of the path that Katie took the morning she went out looking for Sebastian while she was on the phone with you? Chris says, yes, everything that you could almost possibly fathom for law enforcement to check. They have checked everything, and everything is panned out. All the story, all the everything that we have told them has all checked out. Okay. So, if you're not, you know, if I could show the public something, and like CP says, him, Katie, Sebastian, the entire family, we know who that is, has Life 360. We just heard it a moment ago. Well, you could show us the location on the phone. Right? Am I right or am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Look how long it took the DA in the Murdaugh case to get the information from the maker of his vehicle just before the trial. Hey, Udi. Udi and the Blowfish. Without the who, but the Udi. Udi and the Blowfish. Everything is checked out. I mean, down to the phone call to law enforcement itself that morning. Katie, what time she left the house, the route she went back to the house, etc., etc. Everything they can think of has been checked out, he says. Now, someone was asking, I've noticed that it seems like, sorry, sometimes these transcripts don't really go right. It seems like common sense that he went out the front door with maybe some motivation. Someone was asking this. Behind that, meaning that law enforcement says there's no foul play at the time or no sign of foul play. Is it a possibility because you had cameras inside the house to protect your family and they saw him go go out with the camera out the front door, right? So what they're basically asking him is, maybe this person was, very, I would say, very pro proud foot overall, and saying, well, could that be the reason why Sebastian, they know Sebastian walked out the front door because of the cameras inside? And CP's response is, because I don't have clearance from law enforcement to discuss those things, but we have discussed with law enforcement, and that's where that needs to be. Just want safety reasons for our house, and my wife and my daughter, and when Sebastian, one of those situations. So he can't disclose y'all of whether he had cameras in the home. Now, Jen, thank you. Appreciate you, my love. Thank you for your support. Really do appreciate it. Again, thank you, dear. Very sweet. Thank you for the link. So, if I had cameras in my house, I would be like, look, he went out the door. Right? Officers would say that they know he went out the door. They wouldn't say they don't have any sort of evidence that he went out the door. They wouldn't be saying, I guarantee you he would have a scent if he went out the door. How do you not have a scent barefooted? I'll wait for that one. Right. Now, in my opinion, CP was such a control that there was cameras inside that home. Especially in that kitchen, in my opinion. Right? Especially in that kitchen. This is what he could do, guys. In my opinion, he could sit there and watch everything that was going on in that home. And in my opinion, when Sebastian got up during the night, get a little alert on your phone, get out of there. Because, in my opinion, it was a camera, but you can also communicate on that camera. Right? You can communicate on that camera. You can hear them. You push the button, they can hear you. But allegedly, I think Katie bought most of the groceries for the home, or at least for Sebastian and her. In my opinion, though. Right? These parents couldn't even clear up what he was wearing in the first few days whenever the Amber Alert went out. Right? And I said this in my members only the other day, right? They can't even describe what Sebastian is wearing. Even the emergency management, Ken something, and Craddock, I think it was on February 27th or 29th. It's starting to get cold outside. We don't even know what he's wearing. Because Katie couldn't even give a description, a real description of what her son was wearing. Think about that. Then it's something like, what is it? Black shirt and joggers. And CP says, oh, it's like those Adidas pants. How the hell do you know? You weren't there. A black shirt. How would you know? And then it was one of 3 different shirts. How the hell would you know? And then it's Baby Yoda. I don't know that there's some other name for it. How the hell would he know? Sebastian Fennell. I don't remember that, troopers. The Adidas from the 80s. Exactly. Also, guys, I wanted to speak about this. Where is the drop off and the pickup? Why is Katie picking up the niece with Sebastian? She was requested, right? Why is she picking up the niece if the niece's mom is with her? Am I missing something here? Where did Katie drop off the niece? Where is this transfer with the niece and the sister? Where did this happen? Where did she say that? And then you got Chris. That was on Olivia's, wasn't it? Then you got Chris rolling the eyes in the back of his head. Right? Rolling the eyes in the back of his head. Let me see here. Let me find this. Let's look at this. Let's see how she says this. Let me get the transcript. One second. Oops. What'd I do? Let's see what she says, how she says this.
We went to dinner, came home. Sunday, the day before he went missing, we got up and, fun fact, I made breakfast that morning.
It's so cute.
We had a good time. We were laughing, we were joking. He talked to family on the phone during breakfast to brag. We went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call, and
Now, if Chris don't know, then why is he rolling his eyes in the back of his head? Yesterday. Right. Exactly. Why look at him? Why are you looking at him and doing that? Why? Mother trucker. Niece was also with KP and Sebastian when they stopped at Dara's after grocery shopping, as per Dara in the Facebook group. Yes. Guys, we're going to talk about something right after this because that just made me think of something. Justin Seth said he did talk to him about the fun fact spaghetti pancake breakfast. Isn't that Sebastian's family? Seth said he did talk to him about the fun fact spaghetti pancake breakfast. Isn't he Sebastian's family? You're saying Seth said he talked to him about the breakfast? I want to see how she states it took place. And then we're going to look at some stuff. We're going to look at some stuff here.
asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did.
Asked if I could go pick her up, and I did. Been taken home from day one. That's what I would think, Maurice. Yes, Lois, I agree. Let me remember that. Stars after grocery shopping. Because there is some stuff. Did you see the car in the driveway on Easter? It's possibly our mystery car. All right, let's see how this is worded.
Fun fact, I made breakfast that morning.
I mean, is that a rare thing, Caitlin? Jen, thank you so much, my dear. And this comes from people that live in Corruption County. Yes, it's starting to feel a little cringy, isn't it?
We had a good time. We were laughing, we were joking. He talked to family on the phone during breakfast to brag. We went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call.
Oh, look at there. I didn't even realize that. She taps him. She taps him, y'all.
Went and picked up our niece.
Tell me you wasn't, or tell me you was home without telling me you might have been home. Tap, tap. Watch that. I didn't realize that. She taps his leg.
We went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call. Went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call and our niece. Yeah, I got a call. We went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call. We went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call and asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did that. We went to BJ's. Had a good time there. He ate a colossal popcorn. Came home to put groceries away because we bought snacks because, he's 15 and snacks.
It sounds like he says yesterday too, but I couldn't understand. I don't understand why he says yesterday. Does he mean the day before? I don't know why he says. I've noticed that, but I don't understand why he says yesterday.
We went and did that. We went to be the family.
I can watch this 1,000 times and find something new every time.
We went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call. Went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call and asked if I could go and pick her up. Yeah, we went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call and
I don't think it's yesterday. I think he said she has to be picked up.
niece. Yeah, I got a call. We went and picked
Just
up
to pick up.
our niece. Yeah, I got a call. Went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call and asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did that. We went to BJ's. Had a good time there. He ate a colossal popcorn.
Yes, he did, is what he said.
We went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call and
I don't sound
asked if I
like
could go
that
and pick her
either.
up, and I did. And so we went and did that. We went to BJ's. Had a good
Yesterday,
time
yeah.
there. He ate a colossal popcorn. Came home to put groceries away
Every
we bought
time
snacks
you
because
pick up
he's
something new,
15
it's so
snacks.
bizarre. See it 1,000 times.
We went to the bowling alley, and then from there we went to dinner.
Yeah, let me slow it down. That's a good idea.
colossal. Had a good time there. Asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did that. We went to BJ's. Her up, and I did. We went and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call, and yeah, our niece. Yeah, I got a call.
Asked to pick her up.
And yeah, and picked up our niece. Yeah, I picked up our niece. Yeah, I got picked up our niece. Yeah, and picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a niece. Yeah, I got a yeah. Yeah, I got a call. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a yester pickup. Or asked her to pick up. Yester pickup. Asked her to pick up.
I got a call, and yeah, I got picked up our niece. Yeah, I got a call, and asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did that. We went to BJ's. Had a good time there. He ate a colossal popcorn.
Esther pickup. Is that her name? Esther? I don't know the niece's name. I don't really remember. Ear candles for all who can't hear.
Came home to put groceries away because we bought snacks because he's 15 and snacks. We went to the bowling alley, and then from there we went to dinner.
Look at that.
And then from
That's
there
Chris.
we went to dinner.
He's going to nod his little noggin.
And then from there we went to dinner. And then from there we went to dinner. Came home. He took out the trash because that's his chore. He takes the.
Why didn't she say she... Okay, we're losing a lot of something here. Because when did the groceries come home? You went there. Hold on.
We went to the bowling alley. And then from there we went to dinner. I put groceries away because we ate a colossal popcorn.
Hold on.
Asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did that. We went to BJ's. Had a good time there. He ate a colossal popcorn. Came home to put groceries away because we bought.
Okay. So they went to the bowling alley. Did you forget? Then they went to BJ's. Then they went home. And then they went to the neighbors for a minute. Yes, I'm going to pull up Melissa's post here in just a second. That's where we're going to compare. And then they went to dinner. They went to the bowling alley, then BJ's, put the groceries away, then dinner. Well, after they put the groceries away, they went to a neighbor's.
Snacks because he's 15 and snacks. We went to the bowling alley, and then from there we went to dinner. Came home. He took out the trash because that's his chore. He takes the can to the end of the driveway. About 9:00, told him to go to bed. And he's come out of his room where he was playing, and he said, "All right, good night, Mama. Good night, puppies. Love you." And went to bed.
I don't believe he ever went to bed that night. Or did I send it to you? I don't think you sent it to me. I don't think he ever went to bed that night. I want to show y'all something. About what they said when it came to the what Melissa said. Bear with me 1 second as I find it. I was with him Sunday afternoon shopping. I took my sister and her daughter plus my sister-in-law, which would be Katie, and Sebastian shopping that afternoon. So I can tell you he was in a good mood. They were headed home to put groceries when I last saw him Sunday. Never wanted to commit. Of course. I agree with that, Karen. Absolutely. It is a lot for one day. The way he is looking. Oh, of course. He's absolutely. I mean, she's even tapping him. Right, DNA. Did they need to use Melissa's BJ's card? Huh. Let me find that other one too.
He was doing something in his room because about an hour later I heard some noise, and I was like, "I don't care what you're doing in there, but go to sleep."
Go to sleep.
And about midnight, I got up and I went to bed. And 6
You know
o'clock,
what's
I went to look him up for
interesting?
school.
What's interesting is you don't hear times for about what time they were at the bowling alley, about what time they were at BJ's. They got a receipt for that, right? what time they were at this place, what time were they at that. But then they get home about 9 o'clock. I tell him to go to bed. He did. About an hour later, which would be 10 o'clock. This about midnight. Okay, I'll check it. Just give me a second.
Monday morning. And that's when he wasn't here.
What was going through your mind at that point? Like, what were the feelings that you were feeling?
To censor myself. Holy freaking crap, this can't be happening. Where is my kid? Choice words were used. Like, where the F is he? I had looked through the house for him because it was typical for him to get up and come and rummage for snacks and things like that. And he likes to dip behind the, walls and watch, and then he comes out after I come back and he likes to scare me.
If it was typical for him to get up and, make himself breakfast or snacks of the morning, then she shouldn't have been like alarmed, like too alarmed, right? Oh, he might be in the bathroom. Oh, he must be in there, make him breakfast or getting him a snack, even though you just passed the kitchen. Right, Mohawk. In the cabinets to see if those were at home. Holy freaking crap. Choice words were used to censor myself. Nobody gives a wooden nickel about censoring yourself when your kid is missing.
But and then he comes out after I come back and he likes to scare me. But
so not funny, Katie.
After I looked, and I mean, mind you, all of this took place in like 1 minute flat. But I didn't see him in his room. I looked all over. I ran
1 minute flat
through the whole house. I looked out all the doors and windows, and I was like hollering his name. And I picked up the phone and I called my husband, and I said, I can't find him. And he said,
She said, I can't find him. Did he say who? Or did he say, I can't find Sebastian? Serenity, thank you so much, my dear. She never mentions Dara or sister-in-law. She makes it sound like it was just her and Sebastian all day. Yeah, she doesn't really mention what they what you talk about whenever you were with your family. Mind you.
what do you mean? I said, he's not in this effing house. I can't find our son. And I'd like,
He's not in this effing house. I can't find our son. Well, I mean, 3 hours before that phone call, there was a car pulled the beginning of your road, and there was some lights coming out from the common area. And one person runs back toward the house. Bet you someone was. Bet you there was at least a couple people really exhausted.
Like I jumped in my car and I drove around the neighborhood and I drove over by the school and he's already.
Who? Hold on. Hold on. CP is getting ready to get a tickle in his throat.
Like at this point, I was like hysterical and I was crying, I was screaming, and
Look at that. This one head goes down. The eyes go straight down. Look at the face. He's already. What are you talking about? He's already. It's crazy talk, Katie.
he was like, three-wayed. He three-wayed.
I'm telling you guys, I think if she was interrogated like they really interrogated by herself, she's not good at this.
Law enforcement and was telling them three-wayed. He three-wayed law enforcement and was telling them like our son is missing and we don't know what's going on. And he was like, go back to the house. They're on their way. And I ran back, drove.
You know what? Ran back. He's already ran back. Someone ran back to the house that night. Someone ran back toward the house in a much faster way. How did CP ask her if Sebastian was behind? How did CP ask her if Sebastian was behind the bed if she was at school? I think she was saying, how was it? He was saying, did you check behind the bed and all that? And then they got in. She got in the car rather. Angela, oh my God, we got a new pearl, y'all. Thank you, Angela, my beloved. Welcome to the pearls. Pearls look amazing on you. We are happy to add you to our strand of pearls, my dear. Welcome to the family.
Back to the house.
Welcome,
And
Angela.
20 days later, we haven't found him.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how stressful that is. And also, like when we were driving up here, like this neighborhood is so pretty and nice. And do you think, has he ever like walked away before, or like has that ever happened? It's just no, first time.
He's not a child that wanders. He's not one that is
He doesn't have a history of being an eloper, which is common. And I have friends with children on the spectrum who do struggle with elopement with their children. But no, Sebastian, that's one thing, has always been a blessing. He's not been an eloper or a runner. His primary areas are like social and emotional dysregulation issues and things like that. But he's very smart. He's functional. Overall, he's a pretty happy kid. I mean, he's a teenager. He's coming into his hormones. He's angry that he's growing a mustache, but for the most part, he's a happy kid. And
What are your theories? Like, I'm sure your mind has thought of every possible thing that could have happened, but is there any theory that you can talk about that you think?
What I can tell you is with all law enforcement, with everybody that's involved, there's nothing that's been eliminated. Everything is on the table. Everything is being looked at from every possible aspect.
everything from he got out and walked away and was outside of the search radius before we started searching to the worst. And
that's currently where we're at. I mean, it's
really trying not to go down that road because we're gonna find him.
Speculate.
I bet you're trying not to go down that road. Lady for Justice just gifted a pearl necklace. Thank you, Lady for Justice, for gifting a pearl necklace. If you received that pearl necklace, welcome to the Strand. And please give Our Lady for Justice a big, big thank you, my dear. Julie B, thank you so very much. Welcome to the Pearl Strand. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for your support. I really do appreciate it. Looking down when something to hide like a child. Yes. Yes. There is you know, whenever you have someone that is missing and especially a kid, you want to be dominating that camera, right? You want to be right there in front of it. There's nothing to hide. Say it with all your chest, right? As they say, say it with all your chest. There's no sense of urgency, at all in this. Not, we've got to find you. None of this. It is 20 days later, still haven't found him. 20 days later. Cough, cough. Ran back. Drove. No 911 calls. But you'll call the Sumner County Sheriff's that says, please hang up and dial 911, which we played earlier. And what did he say? They transferred us to dispatch. Yeah, they don't say Sebastian's name hardly. That's what it feels like. Karma Moon, you're exactly right. So sad. They're sitting with Olivia to an interview when she would be more than happy to go out and search with them right that moment. Oh, they say that they have searched. Wonder when the last time that was. Wonder when the last time they took a day and hung flyers. Or do an updated interview. Or to be on the news other than, talking about, a YouTuber. Seems like They had time for that.
Speculating causes problems. Assumptions cause issues. And based on facts of what everybody knows, right now, there's nothing, and everything is still on the table to being looked at.
You just know he's out there somewhere.
One other question I have.
This is so interesting to me. I was reading something the other day, and I'll try to find it. But when someone is out like this and they draw themselves in to make them smaller, right? It's a protection, right? It's a protection. And Katie is about to go in her shell. Over something that they say is absolutely nothing. Right. She's getting comfortable here. She's fixing a photo, fiddling with the photo. She's definitely withdrawing. And almost instantly, game on. It's
Is recently Channel 5 in Nashville, they had security footage that showed two flashlights
3,
the night he disappeared.
2,
Is there anything
1.
that you think about this
Go
video?
in,
Or
Sure.
we go.
So there's a lot of speculations about that video that are floating on the internet. Okay. And that is exactly what it is. It's speculations.
Now listen. I don't believe this. In my opinion, I don't believe him or that little bald spot right there. I don't believe it. I believe he is talking out his holfus. He is talking out his holfus. That's what he's talking out of. He is literally talking out of his own trash truck. Okay? You're talking out of it.
Now, what I can give you an official statement on
Go ahead, girl.
is TBI Newslink has released a statement from
Okay, who did he say?
Is TBI Newslink has
TBI Newslink has
released
released.
a statement from
Bet you that made you feel better.
law enforcement, between local law enforcement, state law enforcement, some federal law enforcement, and they have analyzed that video so many times over that everything that everybody is trying to assume is a flashlight, I hate to say this, it's not.
It's quite interesting to me, right? That they waited 8 days to come out and speak to anybody, 7 or 8 days. And they rebuke each statement. Sebastian may have a flashlight. There's a video of a flashlight, like, right? Right? Now look at this. I just showed you that video. But I am not TBI or FBI. I'm just me. And I can tell you that is a human being. I can tell you that. Neck, head, arms, hand, right there. You can actually see the thumb. You can see the finger, legs. Hello. Let me find. Kind of gives you an outline for those you can't see. It's kind of a poor outline, but right. You know what Nick B said? That people close to the investigation tells him that the mere fact that humans are outside of Sebastian's house is significant. So, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? Thank you, my dear Serenity. I think he was being honest about it not being with others. Took the words out of mouth. I think he is being honest that it's not a flashlight. But I do think it's like a cell phone or some sort. Yeah. Ecole. Thank you, sweet Holly. Appreciate you, my dear. Nick is the only person Craddock has one-on-one interview with, and no other press. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Justin, how does a mom allow a husband to hold food from her own child's mouth? I'm just shocked on how a mom can be a woman before being a mom. I don't know. Most of us, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that comes before your kids. There's nothing. Listen, you love your husband or your wife to the end of the earth, your mom, your dad to the end of the earth, your siblings till the end of the earth, but your children are a different thing. It is different. You love your children more than anything. And until you've had a child, I just don't think you could think you can even experience love greater than you have for like your mom or your dad. But your kids, it's different. It's just different. Yes, unconditionally. Yeah. And how, you know, I would have been like, if I was, you know, Katie, when he first started coming around and he said, you know, he was allergic to cats and she got rid of him so they could continue the relationship. Huh. I would have said, hope you next one. Make sure you don't get another girlfriend that has cats. Okay. Deuces, because those are my babies' cats. Deuces, mother chicken. That's what I would have told him. You literally took two cats away, the thing that he loved the most. Yeah, Beck, yes. Everything that kid loved, that son of a brick took away from him. That hurts my heart for Sebastian. At the start, where it shows two people walking and outline it. That's the pictures that I showed. Those are still shots of that video. That's what it is. Those are still shots of that video. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anyone like CP. And I'm telling you guys, in my opinion, the common denominator is CP. I know someone that has a video of this man who is being a straight up demon. He had no idea he was even being recorded. Spanking a 3-year-old and saying he needs to be a man. Slap happy with other people's children. Think about that. Yes, Nina alleges that he spanked a 3-year-old and says he needed to be a man. And also hits Sebastian. He says one swat with a belt never happened again. But he doesn't remember it on Nancy Grace's. But you remember it a few days before? Come on. Poor child.
As much as we would love it to be one, it's not. I'm not going to go into details as far as where that video is shot from, but I can tell you, as the parents, we have seen the video firsthand from law enforcement. We know exactly where it was taken from.
Watch Katie. Yeah, even makes the sound, right, Trooper's mom? He says, we've seen the video. It's been analyzed by this, that, and another. And then he says, it's nothing but nothing to see here. I can't tell you where it came from, but I can tell you it's nothing. That's right, tit for tat.
And nothing that is being assumed right now is actually true about that video, unfortunately.
Okay.
After he says, I just want to, you know how you can just read people? After he says that statement, he puts his hand, like he's folding his hands, and he tightens his mouth. And he thinks he's something else right there. Look at that again.
And nothing that is being assumed right now is actually true about that video, unfortunately.
There you go.
Okay.
And anything about any other videos or anything like that, please refer to the TBI news link that they have out there, the updated Amber Alert stuff. And it will give you the most up-to-date information that all law enforcement has. And they will give you current as far as what's what.
That's what I was
how they're
looking for.
at things.
Smug.
And if there's any new video,
Little
forward it to
smuggy.
them.
Please.
Smug.
Yeah. Security footage is really like a game changer. We're working on Riley's strain and trying to find like if someone missed one on a corner or something. Oh, that's
around this neighborhood, and this whole community. I mean, I can tell you that much here. When it comes to the
Lady for
cameras,
Justice,
there has not been one person that has said no. And trust me, it is greatly felt that everybody has been so open, so helpful in pushing out.
Oh, honey, let me tell you something. They are trying. The neighbors, God bless them. God bless them. They're all good people, even the ones that won't speak to me. I digress. But they are all good people, and trust me, they are trying to ass on out.
Any that much here. When it comes to the cameras, there has not been one person that has said no. And trust me, it is greatly felt that everybody has been so open, so helpful in pushing out any which way they can. I mean, there's been some families that have actually been on vacation that weren't home, and they got they've got permission from that family to take a look at their cameras and go in their houses without them even being present, which has been amazing. So, but yeah.
That's good. If there was something that you could say to Sebastian if he was listening, what would you say?
Oh God.
Here it goes.
That if you can see this or hear this, that we just want you home, baby, and we love you. And there ain't nothing gonna stop us from coming and getting you and bringing you home.
Okay, Laura Ingalls Wilder.
I can't speak for his father, but I'm pretty sure we all have this.
Now listen, he's gonna tell you, "I love you." Wait, he's gonna say, "Your mom loves you. Your dad loves you. Your family loves you. I love you. And let us know where you are. We'll come pick you up."
The same opinion that we love you, miss you, we want you home. And if you can, call us, get wherever you can, let us know, and we will come get you.
Call 911, run out into the street, go in public, anything. The signs that.
Oh, maybe that was the one on the news. That's the one on the news where he says, "I love you." Or wait, I always say "I love you" first. He says, "Your mom loves you. Your dad loves you. Your family loves you. I love you. Tell us where you are. We'll come get you." I would run straight to Seth's. Not there. In all of the interviews that Katie, she mentions, "You're not in trouble." In my opinion, that indicates he was always in trouble in that house. I agree. Yeah. Call 911. I mean, call 911 is what she said. Call 911. You don't even call 911. And I couldn't think of anything greater of an emergency than Sebastian calling 911 if he's out there. freaking craziness.
We've been blessed to have family, friends, and even some in the community that have been helping us, but we've been out spreading those as far as we can, even over state lines.
State lines, state lines, state lines.
Trying to get awareness because
There's a country group called Florida Georgia Line. Is there one called Tennessee Mississippi Line too? Asking for a friend.
not everybody knows that he's missing, and there's a chance that if someone can see him and not even realize who he is. So we want to get his face out there because we want him home.
Surprisingly, even locally, there are some folks that don't even know what's going on, and it's kind of like a shock.
You know what would help? You know what would help? If you got out there, maybe go to some events, because I guarantee you nobody would treat you bad at an event. Guaranteed. Nobody, even if they disagreed with you, they would not treat you bad at an event. Promise. I mean, listen, there's been events where us YouTubers get together. Everyone's, good. But we are, 6 months into this?
Shocker. Like, how do you not know? It is amazing because in the past couple of weeks, you've got 2 cases. A 15-year-old boy that has vanished without a trace. You've got a 22-year-old, 6'4" or 7" college kid from Missouri who has vanished without a trace. That's a huge significance here. That it's like,
No. He didn't vanish without a trace. There was actually camera footage. Camera footage. People don't vanish without a trace. There's something always. So there's that. And he was also found.
wow. How?
Wow.
So
It's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the college kid is from Missouri, I think.
Yeah, Missouri.
I can only imagine what his family is going through.
Close to, like you, misery.
Make your worst nightmare come alive.
Do you guys receive hate on the internet?
Yes, and it's ongoing. It's every single day. People are people, and they have
What a statement.
their opinions. Everybody is formulating their idea of what's going on and who's guilty and who's not guilty because they want to know or they feel they need to know. There's a difference. Unfortunately,
Sebastian, yes, everyone needs to know where a member of society went. Everyone. There needs to be answers for every victim, every single one. So, yes, everyone needs to know. Absolutely.
what I will tell you is that when you're the family in this position and you're working with law enforcement and everything's going the way it goes, people automatically assume this parent or that parent. And in this situation, I can promise you, every single parent has been vetted I can't go into details, but I can tell you we have been vetted.
Can't go into details, but they have been vetted. And he said on the first interview that they have been vetted. They have took a lie detector test. They have been cleared of any possible wrongdoing. Well, then, if you have been vetted and you have been cleared, then why haven't the police? Because we know where Seth was. So do law enforcement. And if y'all have been vetted and y'all have been cleared, passed, didn't say who passed. Right. Critically cleared. Chris.
And we have been cleared of all possibility of wrongdoing, foul play. There's nothing to that.
There's nothing to it, y'all. Didn't do it. There's nothing to it. He looks like the Full House Michelle. Thank you so much, Heather. Delusional.
We've heard all kinds of stories.
I pretty much don't even go online anymore at this point.
I, on the other hand, I do go on and I do talk to these folks.
We
and I
know.
want them to understand they have this formulated opinion on who we are.
We have an opinion on the sense or the nonsense of the words and the story that, in my opinion, has for the most part been formulated, fabricated. There is too much, in my opinion, that does not make any sense at all. Do we got 1,000 likes yet? Hey, Carol. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, my dear. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Guys, I hope this is solved. Oh my God.
Not who we truly are. They've never met us. We've never been.
Well, you know, 4 other wives can't be wrong, in my opinion. And neither can the neighbors. And all of the shit you caused. I mean,
We've never crossed paths with some of these folks. But I have told them online, if you want to know, just ask me. I'll answer your questions to the best of what I can.
He thinks that he is chef's kiss. Ring the moon, hit your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. Italian now, Christopher? I know. I know, Carol. I know. He thinks he's the bee's knees.
Are some things that I cannot give you because law enforcement has dictated that we are not to provide certain information.
No. Right, Mohawk. I mean, oh, thank you, troopers. Law enforcement has dictated Chris is a dictator. He was a dictator of that house because he's a dick and he looks like a tater.
But I will try. I am direct, I am brash, but I am very respectful. So if you have questions, ask. I'll give you what I can.
Hold on, I need to vomit. 1 second.
Just be respectful, please. And keep in mind, there's 3 parents and there's thousands and millions of people out there that may have a question. We are trying to get to them. I promise you.
How has your guys' life been affected by that? Like, I know it's a broad question, but what's like when you wake up in the morning, what's it just like?
Miserable, to be honest with you.
Think of it like this. You wake up every morning and your routine is what it is and you know it, right? Now wake up when this happens and you can't figure out what to do. You struggle every single day on trying to get out of the bed, to deal and face everybody's negativity, and you try to make it a positive thing.
Or the fact that my son's still not home.
We have a bedroom that's empty that is never normally ever empty, except
I think he almost slipped there. I almost, in my opinion, almost slipped there. That is never almost empty.
for when he's with his negativity, and you try to make it a positive thing.
Or the fact that my son's still not home.
We have a bedroom that's empty that is never normally ever empty, except for when he's with his dad every other weekend. So now we have a child that's missing.
Exactly, Lisa.
So there's no words to describe it, but I can just tell you, it's like you get up and now you don't know what to do.
Exactly. He's focusing only on their discomfort. Only their discomfort. What about Sebastian? What about Sebastian? It is appalling how just blithely unaware that really CP is, because Katie knows the difference, in my opinion. That's the thing. Katie knows the difference. She has just got her head in deep. CP just can't even begin to see the arrogance that oozes from him. I me. That's all it is. That's all it is with him. I know Maxine. I can see him screaming about that. Odd, he was in Justin's chat as KP demanded Smiley go live. So she did. He was up there for 3 hours, then over to Terry's and another 3 hours. Yet he was to be working at Vanderbilt at the time. Interesting. I think this case is solvable. I don't know if he'll ever be found, though. I know God, I pray this all the time. Unearth them wherever they are. Lord, please. Please. But it's just amazing to me. It's really amazing that just incomprehensible. What did he say on Terry's? I don't know. This is something, when something like this happens, right? There is two things is going to happen, which two things would happen either way, but this is either going to push them closer together, whether they are still a couple or not, in my opinion, or they will be like two ships in the night. I can do that one if you want me to. Sometimes DNA. We can listen to that. Terry Lynn's, yeah. Wasn't that baby fit treating? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Hitting it 3 thumbs up. Thank you. 1 second, y'all. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah. Someone's knows where he is. They sure do. KP acted like she is or drink. She just sits there stiff as a board. Also calling him and playing the Sling Blade character another time as a Texan. He is. He's extremely condescending. He's extremely arrogant, in my opinion. I mean, that is right, Vivian. In some states, you cannot be forced to testify against your spouse. So that may be something. You know what? Honestly, I think, there is rumor that he is in Louisiana. Social Security hacked 2 billion records breached. Perfect. will be his last. But it's one of those things that. Thank you, Nub. Good to see you. Out the back door because of noise and cameras. That is BS on many levels. Yes. Guys, I would recommend, and I'm not just saying this, but there is things going on right now with people hacking and stuff, just like she was saying. It is election time. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but there is a lot, particularly right now, going on. I would recommend all of you, changing your passwords on everything. Everything. And I mean everything. And use a VPN. Use a VPN as well. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Mhm. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so there's just a lot of things going on. There's just a lot of things going on in the world right now. That's all I can say. Yeah. Iran, China. Yeah, a VPN hides your IP address from your computer, so hackers and stuff can't. They're really cheap. The free ones are slow as shit. Don't buy one of those. But um, I'll tell you the one I use. Hold on. One second. I use private internet access. That's the one I use. It's $2.03 a month. $2.03 a month. NordVPN, that's another one. It's $3.39 a month. ExpressVPN, that's almost $7 a month. Surfshark, $2.19. Yeah, very, very cheap VPNs. They're all worth it. And I tell you, a lot of if you have like Microsoft 360 with like all the stuff, it'll even come with a VPN a lot of times and stuff like that. Where do you buy it from? You just buy it from, you just go to your computer app store. Like if you have Windows, go to your Windows Microsoft store, or if you just use a phone. But you didn't interfere the live, honey. You didn't interfere at all. But it's really important right now, guys. There is a lot going on in cybers right now. That's all I can say about that. And it's election year. I recommend, I'm not trying to like scare anybody or anything because I don't do conspiracies or anything like that. But change your passwords on everything. Everything. And then my son is a cybersecurity programmer for a casino. He says to use a long password like a sentence with 25 characters. Yes, that is exactly right. Yes. Yep. Use. Yeah, it's you need it to have letters, numbers, and special characters. I'm ready to go back to a rotary phone. I don't even know if they work anymore. I don't think rotary phones work anymore. So, yeah, it needs to be quite long, quite long. All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow, Lord willing. Probably about 10 a.m., 11 a.m. I know. So I will be back. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys. But I will be back 11 a.m. tomorrow. I'm learning quite a lot from chat. Yeah. Yeah, AZ, I might do that tomorrow as well, Laura Lodge. We'll see. But I will be back tomorrow, 10 or 11 a.m. And also, I'll be back in the evening as well, probably like 4 to 7-ish, 5 to 8-ish, 5 to 7-ish, something like that. So, getting my new schedule worked out, school, work, and then this work. So, thank you all. Really do appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Really means a lot to me. You could have chosen to be anywhere in the world. You chose to be here. Thank you for that. Your time is valuable. And I appreciate all of my mods, members, donators, those who support me, come in this chat every single day. So, all right, guys, good night and God bless.